In the past few years, a new creature has evolved and populated the tech world, an unholy union between a statistician and a computer scientist gave birth to this abomination, the data scientist. If you work in tech or you are a student in one of the STEM fields, you might have heard about it. This creature is considered highly intelligent, and his brain is prized very highly in the employment market. So these days, everyone is trying to figure out, can they genetically alter their DNA in order to turn themselves into data scientists? Okay, jokes aside, data scientist is really a very well compensated job. If you Google how much does Google pay their data scientists, you might see some website that says that the average data scientist salary at Google is $139,497. Replace Google by Facebook and it will tell you that the median data scientist salary at Facebook is $171,000. Okay, now if you ask some uptight data scientist about these numbers, he would say, well, these numbers don't give you the whole picture. There are a lot of variables at play. Did they even control for the years of experience? Well, they're right. Actually, if you stick around in companies like Google for more than 5 years, you would reach the level of a tech lead, and then you are compensated in the range of $300,000 to $400,000. If you reach the level of a staff engineer, your total compensation may be $500,000 or more. If you belong to my country, that is India, the data science is all the rage here too. A company like Flipkart pays 27 lakh to a fresh computer science student at IIT for a data science role. Citation needed. For viewers outside India, a lakh is 100,000. There are data science courses popping up like mushrooms. All those institutes that used to teach software engineering in 3 months are now teaching data science in 3 months. Or is it 3 weeks or 3 hours or whatever? Now you look at these salary numbers and then you look at your own salaries and think, I should have studied harder for JEE. Well, I'll do the next best thing, which is to watch YouTube channels. But there are so many of those, and they all seem to be talking about something like convolutional adversarial long short-term memory deep neural network, or extreme gradient boosting, or some such. There are probably 500 things you need to know before that information becomes useful to you. Those channels always assume that the people watching their videos already know all of those things, or that you are supposed to learn all these basics on your own. And if you don't understand their stuff, you are simply not worthy. Or maybe they are just trying to impress you with their excessive knowledge and mastery of the subject. Now, I'm not going to make any such assumptions. We are going to focus on the foundations. Foundations. Okay, so how do you become a data scientist? When you have trouble with your car, you might go to a mechanic. You go to a mechanic because he knows how to use certain tools to fix your problem. Tools like screwdrivers or wrenches or pliers, jacks, or something like that. When you want to solve problems using data, you call a data scientist. The tools of a data scientist are mathematics, probability and statistics, machine learning, and computer programming. On this channel, I will try to teach you the ins and outs of these tools. Now, will that make you a data scientist at Google or Facebook? I don't know. Well, probably not. But let me demonstrate something using a familiar visual aid. The Venn diagram. So let's say this is the set of all the people who know probability and statistics, let's say. And this is the set of data scientists. This is the set of all the data scientists who work at Google and Facebook. And this is you. Now, you need to get here. And I can help you with that. It's still a long way from Google, but it's a great place to start. Now you might ask, why should I watch your videos instead of just reading the authentic university prescribed textbooks, or watching the online MOOCs by real professors, or the tons of other data scientists uploading videos on YouTube? Well, have you done those things? If you haven't, then great, stick around. You might find my stuff useful. If you have done those things and still struggling to understand some concepts, I would say give my videos a try. I mean, different people have different learning styles and they benefit from different teaching styles. My style might suit you. While we are on Venn diagrams, let me quickly explain a useful technical topic. It's about necessary and sufficient conditions. You might have read or heard these phrases during your courses or in textbooks. But if you're confused about what they mean, here's a visual tool to help you remember. When someone says A is a necessary condition for B, this is what they mean. So B is a subset of A. But just because some element of A is satisfied does not mean that B is also satisfied. When someone says A is a sufficient condition for B, this is what they mean. A is a subset of B, which means if A is satisfied, then B is also satisfied, because A is contained within B. So if any element of A is true, it must also be true for B. So the saga begins. I hope you will embark on this journey too. To do so, you need to subscribe and like.